Welcome back to our channel Total Technology. This is tutorial 104 and today's topic will be how to create dashboard from Neo4j graph data. So for example, suppose you have some data available within your graph and now you want to plot something based on the data available in your graph, or something based on the relationship between your nodes or any other thing. So the idea is very simple. First we will be going to load some data inside your graph, and from there we will be trying to create some dashboard. So actually I got so many requests that how to plot some data or how to plot some graph using Neo4j graph database. So Bloom is there, but I believe if you want to use Bloom, you have to like, this is not a dashboard. Like if you use Bloom, you will not get some dashboard, but if you want to have some customized or interactive dashboards, then definitely you have to do something something using your custom application or something other. So if you know Python, or if you know any other programming language like Node.js or Chart.js or any React, something like that, then you can do easily your backend calculation, and from there you can easily, with the help of JavaScript, you can plot. But here we'll be going to use completely Python. So initially we'll be going to load the data, and from there we'll be going to plot something. So if you come here, this is our sample dashboard. So these are the dashboard. Actually we are going to use some football data set from Kaggle. So we'll try to plot something similar. Like if you say here, these are the different countries, and these are the countries actually hosted this many matches between some years. So suppose we are having last 50 years football match data, and these are the countries which hosted most number of matches. For example, United States host most number of football matches, then it is Soviet Union, then Germany. So these are the interesting decision you can make from the dashboard. Ultimately dashboard is to understand what your data tells about your organization, or what data tells you about your company. Like in easily you can take some intelligent or effective decision. That is why you always want to create some dashboard. Okay, so enough of talking. So first of all, I will try to load the data. Data loading is also important, because I got so many requests on how to load data in CSP, and some of them already tried to do that, and for them it was actually system hanged or crashed. So here I'll be going to first load the data, and after that we'll try to use some logic building. Not logic building, I'll try to use Python logic to plot the graph. Okay, so the video is actually in two parts. First part will be going to load the data. So while doing the data loading, you have to understand what is exactly your data and how you can create some relationship, because none of your data will tell you about you have to create relationship based on this and that. Okay, so first you have to understand this. Okay, so data loading, CSV file load using Epoch. Okay, so let me open my Visual Studio Code. So this is my data. Okay, so if you see here, let me make it a bit bigger. So if you see here, I have match data. Every row is a match. So the match played in here, home team is this, away team this, home score, away score, the type of match, the city hosted the match and the country hosted the match, and it is placed inside a neutral venue or not. So if you easily, you can see here, every row is actually tells about a match, right? So definitely we need to create a match node, and match node is going to be hold all the things. And now the second thing is that country and city must be unique always. So you have to create two more nodes, like country has city, then you have to create a node match played in city, which is part of the country. So like this. Okay, so if I open my Neo4j desktop, so what I'm trying to say, so it will be kind of match or game. Let's say match game is a node, then it will be kind of a relationship has, or maybe I can write game played in city, right? So game is a node, city is a node, and city is in country. So nothing will be duplicated, everything will be kind of a relationship. So every game has a relationship with a city and city has a relationship with a country. So like this way I can create. So this is our data. So first of all, let's try to write the code. Okay, so let me write a, so data underscore load dot py, so Python. So first thing first, so from Neo4j import graph database, then we'll create driver equals to graph database dot driver, and here it will be URI, and this will be something like this, and then okay. So I believe in my case this will be I'll get it from here actually, just hold on. Neo4j, and guys, in the production system don't try to use this approach. You should use some configuration file or any environment variable. Okay, so let me take my URI from here. So I'll get it from here, manage settings. I need the bold address. Okay, like this. Okay, so let's try to run this thing first. Okay, no error means we are able to establish the driver. Then session. Okay, no error means everything is fine. Now the final thing, the query, how to load the data. So as I told you, I'll be going to use epoch. So before I try to write code on epoch, I will tell you something very interesting. Sorry guys. So for loading or for doing anything with the epoch, you should have install your epoch library here. So, sorry, epoch plugin here. If you go here epoch and you can see epoch, you have to install it. Okay, and once you install your epoch, to load the data using epoch, you have to enable these two lines, these two things. Epoch import file has to be enabled, and after that I have just used the next line, false. Why I set it as false? Cause I am not using Neo4j configuration. Then you have to put the file only the Neo4j default path. Okay, so that is why I put this thing as false. So I have to, okay, I have updated it in the PowerPoint slide, so hopefully as a study material you guys can refer to this. Okay, so next thing we'll try to write the code. Okay, so now the main query. Okay, so query, let's say we'll name it as q1. You can give any name. So we'll be going to use periodic iterate, cause we'll be going to call it in a batch, because definitely there are 40 how many files, let me check. There are, I believe, 40,000 something, I think 42,366, so it means 42,365 or something like that. Yes, so that is why I'll be going to use epoch periodic iterate. Okay, call epoch dot, sorry, periodic dot iterate. Now we have to write our actual code. Okay, right? So like this. So we have to use call epoch dot load.csv. okay, and here actually I have to use this one. So I have to use the path actually. So file path is here, so copy path. Okay, so this, then yield map as row. Okay, fine. Okay, so this is done. So let me tell you guys what actually will happen with this thing, then you guys will be able to understand. So okay, I believe, yeah, see what is actually happening with this thing. See, every every line is coming as a dictionary, every CSV row actually. Okay, so that is what. Okay, so up to this part is done, then you have to write like this. Okay, okay, so next line we'll be going to write the thing now. Okay, so next line will be, we will be going to do the merge of country and other things. So now before we do, we need to check whether we have any constraint created or not for uniqueness, because we want to set this constraint like country. There will be one country node like this country node, and country node has the name country, and that should be always unique. Okay, so let me set that, just hold. We can write create constraint country name on assert okay, one constraint is created, and same thing will be done for the city. I need to change the name to city name. So there will be node there will be one node city, and for that city the name of the city will be unique. Okay, fine. So two constraints are created. Now I'll be going to create the country node first, then city node, and then we'll be going to merge country and city. Okay, with a relationship. So first of all, let me write merge C country, right? Name equals to row. Okay, now row dot what we'll get, we can see it here. If you see here country, right? So country. Okay, then there should be a comma. Oh, I sorry, there should not be any comma actually. We can copy this thing. So CI and that should be city. And now city, how to get that? See city, so it should be city. So city is there, this is there, all things are here, right? Now we'll create a match node, means game node. March M, then you can write game. Okay, there should be multiple types of game. Okay, so we will see what are the different attributes we can make. Type of the game. So this is friendly, so name dot tournament, row dot tournament will be there. Okay, so let me copy row dot tournament. Then what else we can put? We can played, we can check the date, actually played on which date, home team, that's many things. So let's say played underscore on will be row dot date, right? Then we can write home team will be row dot, let's say home team, away team, like this. So it should be home team and away team. So row dot home underscore team, then we can write away team will be row dot away underscore team, right? Then we can write score for home and away. I believe those two things are only pending. Date is there, country is there, country and city is not there, we'll be going to map them. Tournament is done, so now away score and home score is pending, so we can write them easily here. Okay, so away score, then home score, okay, all done. Our game node is created. Now we'll create March C has CI. Just because we have unique constraint set and we are using March, always country and city will be unique. Like only single node will be available for the same country. Now we are merging them with a relationship, right? Actually we are building a relationship using March, so there should not be any duplicate. And after that we'll be going to use March M played on city, right? So just try to understand this thing, guys, right? This is done. Then we can write something like this. Okay, so all done. Now we'll be going to use the batch size, iterate list and other parameter. Okay, so let's write batch. How many batch you want to pass? Let's say I'll say 1000. Then let's say I want to use the iterate list, so maybe true, then parallel is true as well, because I want to do parallel processing. Okay, so this is done. Okay, so now we'll try to run this thing. Okay, okay guys, so let's run this thing. There is something else is required, but if I say this thing here, you will guys is not able to understand. So what I'll do, I'll just try to run this thing from here, and I will get some error, and after that I will explain. I'll again change the code. So first let me encounter the error. Okay, so something is happening, so the result will be available here. Okay, after some time, just wait and see. Okay, so if you see here, 6000 is done, the failed batches are 37. Okay, so but if you check one thing, I want to create unique game node, so let me write match m game let's see how many game node created. I believe 6000 created, but after that some deadlock is happening. Okay, so to automatically encounter the deadlock and to make this operation do the execution with the next retry, we need to use something like that. Let's say can write equals to, I want to give retry, so every time it is processing, let's say 2000, so maybe I can give 20 retries. Okay, like this. Okay, so what I'll do, first let me first let me delete whatever I created here. Okay, so match in detach delete, this will take some time. Okay, all done. So now let me execute this thing. Okay, session dot run q1. Okay, so let's run this thing. I'm just checking if I did everything correctly. PERI. Okay, let's run this thing. Python 3. Okay, something is happening. Okay, so just to check if everything is working fine or not, So we can execute this thing. 3000 is created. See 4000 created. It is getting increased like game node. 5000 like this, it will increase after some time. Okay, so let's wait for some time. So this is how, guys, you can easily load your data by enabling retries, and you also must use appropriate retries. So this is for single time data loading, but in real world scenario, if you are having some sort of streaming application, there you have to load your data every day based on some delta changes. So that time definitely you should use some streaming technologies like Kafka, Flume, Spark, and Neo4j works very well with Kafka and Spark. Okay, so I have something planned in mind, so I'll create some more videos on data streaming using Kafka and Spark. Okay, so that will be covered later, maybe next month. So first let me finish this thing, and after that we'll try to create some more videos on that. So it's 10,000, so it is getting created. Okay, so just wait for some time. Okay, so 10,000 now. I could have stopped the recording so that you guys should not be getting bored. Like when I upload the video, that time you guys have to sit idle because nothing is actually happening. I'm just waiting, but I'm not sure whether I'll be getting any error or something new. So that is why I just do not stop the recording, because maybe if I get something interesting, it will be easier for me to debug and as well as to give you guys how to solve this thing. It will be like maybe new learning. So that is why I don't stop this thing. So 14,000, so it is getting increased slowly. Okay, let me check again. 19,000. See, the execution has been completed. So let me open my this thing. Yeah, so if you see here, just now I actually stopped the recording in between because it was taking some time. So if you see here, the count is 42,365, and once this is done, automatically it stops because there are no more rows are pending to iterate. So that is why execution stopped, and if you see, our nodes are created now. So what we'll do now, we'll check for one game node, match m game, return m limit 1. We'll just limit 1. Okay, so this is British national British championship match, and if you click here, you will see this is played on this thing. And if I like create the relationship between this thing, if I click here, there will be multiple more matches will be there. See, this many matches are here, right? So all these things are matches actually. Okay, so what we'll do now, we'll do something. Let's say so this is Pakistan. Okay, so I don't know, it came randomly or where, how it came actually, I don't know. Okay, so see, Pakistan has Islamabad, Pakistan has Quetta, Dhaka, Karachi, Peshawar, Lahore. So, and here different matches will be played. See, this many matches played: friendly, Asian Cup, World Cup qualifier, like this. Okay, so interesting thing is that let me check whether we have India or not. Okay, we have India. Okay, India has more city. So mostly matches are hosted in 3 stadium in India mainly. So this Kolkata and Calcutta is the same city actually, the name got changed. So in India, Kolkata, Calcutta, and some stadium in Thiruvananthapuram or Kochi, they hosted most number of matches. So this is after changing the name, and this is before changing the name. Okay, fine. So whatever we are trying to achieve, that is done from the data loading point of view. Now we'll do something for what do you say, for creating the dashboard. So that will be done in the next part of the video. Okay, we have loaded our graph with the CSV data. So now the main objective is to create some graphs or dashboards using the data. So let me just reiterate everything. So we use this epoch thing, epoch load CSV. The code is here. Okay, here we use the query to load the data. This was our CSV file. So now we will try to create some dashboard, and which should look like this. Okay, so before we start writing the dashboard logic, so let me just create some basic stuff inside our dashboard code. Okay, so if I open my PowerPoint, so I have already copy pasted few things, so these are required actually. Okay, so before I go, so guys, this is the Plotly documentation. You will get the Plotly documentation from here. I'll be going to use Plotly dash module from Plotly, and you can use using this link. It will be like pip install dash. Okay, so everything will be available here. So I have already installed everything, so that is why I'm not going through this, because the video length will be already more than 30 minutes now. So I'll be going to take another maybe half an hour or 1 hour, so I don't want to waste some unnecessary time by showing all this stuff. Okay, so let me this. Okay, I think this takes like this. Think I need to use this import HTML dash HTML component as HTML, import Plotly as px, import pandas as pd, import dash table, import datetime, import JSON. Okay, JSON from import output. So all the things are done, right? Some places we still see some error. I don't know why. What happened? Okay, I have some extra spaces, so that is why the error is here. Okay, so let me just execute this thing. So we'll see whether I have all the things install or not. So I just imported everything, and after that I am executing the code. So if I don't get any error, then it means my modules are installed. Okay, but it is not showing anything. This is strange. Okay, it takes time. So see guys, so this is for Neo4j, and remaining things are these things for plotting the dash, and this is for pandas data frame. Okay, the same thing. Whoever already familiar with matplotlib from Python, we need data frame to plot anything. So here also we need pandas data frame to plot anything. Okay, so now we'll start our code first. So first of all, as you know, this is actually going to represent some sort of match data for some date and for each and every country and some city inside that country. Okay, so to do that, what we'll do, we'll first initiate one app. Okay, so app is going to be dash dot dash, and inside that I'll be going to give the app name. So like those are familiar with Flux, for them maybe it will be a bit easy. Update title, maybe I can write please wait. So when something is happening and or something is getting rendered, that time you will get something like that. Then external style sheet equals to external site style sheet in a variable. So I don't have this variable, but I have created this variable. Just give me some time, I will I'll put this thing over here. Okay, this is fine, this is fine. I have copy pasted this CSS file link, so you guys can easily do a Google to understand how to create raw CDN using GitHub. Okay, this is very simple. If you know how to create a raw CDN using GitHub, you can easily do it. Like I got a link for style CSS from CodePen, and after that I just copy paste the content, and after that I put it inside this website, and after that I apply on I click on create raw CDN, and I got this link. So this is very simple. Okay, so that I can use this as a CSS file. Okay, then next thing is that as this is going to be a dashboard application, so I need to provide a name. So those are not familiar with Plotly, this is fine, but once you understand this tutorial, from the next day or from the next time onwards, you can easily create something, because I will give you guys the very basic skeleton, and again very important skeleton. You can just put anything inside that and you will get your dashboard ready. Okay, so football dashboard. So this is done. Now next thing is that this is the initial part. Now we'll write down our queries. So before I write our queries, I need to put these things from here, because I'll be going to query the same database. Okay, this done. So now we'll write the query. So what are the two queries required to generate our data? So one thing we need, we want to create a dashboard which will show which country hosted how many matches, like country and their corresponding count, and which is actually going to represent the country host those matches, or the matches are or matches were played on those countries. Okay, for example, if there are total 10 matches were hosted on Germany, so we'll get in x-axis Germany, and y-axis for Germany corresponding axis will get the value of 10, so something like that. This is very simple. So for that thing, we're going to write down our query. So we know our data model, we know what else is there. So maybe we can write match, right? Match m. So what I'll do, think Let me open my Neo4j browser, that will be easy actually, right? So let it open. Okay, so first match, then M, then game, right? Then played on in some city, right? City, and city is actually part of some country, so the relationship will be like this, and here it will be something like country. Then we can write return, return, I need the name of the country, c dot name as name, then count of M means how many matches, as count. Okay, let's, okay, so if you see here, I got all the countries and their corresponding thing. So our one job is done. So let me copy this thing and paste this thing over here. Okay, so Q1 is done. Then let's write Q2. For Q2, I want to do it something interactive. Like we'll get we'll give end user an option to select something from the drop down. Means end user can select any country from the drop down, and based on the selected country will display something. So basically at the initial time it will by default show the value for some country, let's say for Germany, and we'll give an option to user to select, and based on the user selection user will get the data. And this is actually going to give the types of tournament hosted by the country. Okay, so this is very simple, same time. So we'll write down the query actually. Okay, so maybe same thing. I'm just thinking the same thing actually. Here actually will not here. There is my, okay, like this here. So this is here. Just thinking I need the tournament type, right? So it should be c dot name as name, I need that. I need here m dot name. Okay, right. So here actually I will give name for some country, Germany, and in from my interactive option I will give this option to be selected by the end user. So right now for the first time when user will open this application, it will always show the value for Germany, but user can change this thing by selecting any country from the drop down. Okay, so maybe I can write m dot name as name and count m is count. Okay, so if you select here, so see Germany had hosted this many friendly and this sort of thing. So this is very simple. Okay, so our queries are ready now. So query part is done. Okay, so now the logic building activity for graph, sorry, for generating the dashboard will be done. Okay, okay, so okay, so maybe do something, just try to understand this carefully guys. So this is the most important part. This is going to be the most important part. Okay, try to important call, so I had to take. So now we'll create a list from the data set. So we know what are the rows we actually got. One row name is name and another row name is count. So that is going to be very easy. So it should be name equals to row of name, right? And the other one will be count, and that will be row of count. Okay, and it will be for row in and this should be this, like this. Okay, so our data set is now converted into a list. Now we'll convert this thing into a data frame. So df underscore total, so this is going to be pd dot data frame, then we'll use the list. Okay, right, like this. So our data frame is also ready. Now we'll convert the data frame into a sorted data frame, because all the values are not sorted. Like this is either this is not neither this is ascending or in ascending order, or nor it is in descending order. So we'll try to make it at least a descending order. Okay, so it should be df dot total dot sort values, then we'll be going to sort using count. Okay, and ascending equals to false, right? And then we'll try to create a graph. So px ypx, so those are familiar with matplotlib. We always import matplotlib, like matplotlib dot pyplot as plt. So they have also this is something like that. So px dot bar, we'll be going to use the bar chart. So we'll be going to put our data frame. Okay, then we'll be going to use the x-axis is going to be name, y-axis is going to be the count, right? The color is going to be the name, and bar mode is going to be group. So our graph is ready. Okay, then we'll update the x-axis and y-axis. Update x-axis. So update x-axis means we are going to put some sort of grid width. Those things are going to be updated here. So this is going to be show grid. We are going to display the grid or not. So we'll write true grid. Then probably we can put grid color and grid width. Okay, so we will always use black. Okay, and grid width will be 1. Like this. So maybe we can do the same thing for y-axis. Just changes to y, all done. So x-axis, y-axis, everything is done. Now we'll update the layout. Like the layout means the background of the plot. Okay, so fig1 dot update layout. So inside that there will be multiple things. We'll be going to put values now inside here. Okay, so plot underscore bg color is going to be black. Then we'll use paper bg color. No, I think white will work because our grid is black. So maybe paper underscore bg color is going to be white. Okay, so next thing will be font color, font family, height. So maybe I can write font underscore color black, font family, maybe font family Arial black, right? Then height equals to, let's say, 500. And let me see. Okay, we missed one thing. We miss title underscore, maybe title underscore font color. So maybe title font color will be also black. Okay, all done. So this is actually done. So I'm just thinking what else is pending. This is basically done actually. Now actually I have to put this thing inside a app layout, so then this will work actually. So until this part everything is done. Now I have to put this thing inside a app layout, then it will work. Okay, so what is happening now, I have created our dashboard, but this is going to be represented inside a HTML page, or rather than in my this application. So I have to include that or embed that graph inside our application layout. So that part will be done now. Okay, so that will be going to be very interesting. So let's wait and watch how we are going to do this thing now. Okay, so this is actually going to be app dot layout. Okay, so app dot layout is going to be HTML dot div. Okay, so then inside that I'll give one ID. So let's say we'll give page hyphen content. Okay, then like this. Okay, then the children. Okay, then like this. So everything will be inside here. Okay, I believe you guys understand. Now we'll create our next HTML div. Okay, the same thing. Okay, and inside this we'll create one more HTML div. Why df.total is coming, I have no idea. Okay, so this will be closed here, this will be closed here, and this will be closed here. So I have to put something here now. Okay, so HTML dot div, so it has some ID, let's say app, and then we'll write something here. Let's say football dashboard, right? So this is done. So maybe we can write a comma. That's it. So that's it. This is done. So maybe I can write HTML dot, like I can put some sort of breakpoint now. So breakpoint is done. So the next thing will be I need to close this thing like this one. Okay, so this will be closed here, and after that I can put some sort of comma. Okay, and I can put style equals to, cost style is the important thing, so maybe I can put something like that, width equals to maybe 100%, right? So maybe I can write like this, then we can write maybe text align is something center. Okay, next thing will be font size, maybe font size is 20. Okay, so if you check here like this, okay, so this bracketing getting closed and this is actually closed here, so this is already closed here. Okay, so what else is not closed? The other one, the top one, right? The top one, let me think, this is actually confusing. I'm sometimes getting confused. So this is something like this. Okay, and after that I have to write class name, and that has to be row. Done. And here actually this is closed. Okay, so this is done. So if I run this thing, I will get a dashboard, hopefully a dashboard with these things, but I'm just thinking what else is pending. Just thinking I just forgot to put the graph actually here, that is the problem. Football dashboard, maybe I can write something dcc dot graph, something like this. Okay, so now I'll be going to place the graph here. Okay, so maybe I can give a name for this graph, id equals to figure 1, and the other part will be figure is going to be fig 1. Okay, and it's going to be like this. Okay, hopefully this is done. I'm just thinking, I believe this is done. Yes, so let me execute this thing. Let's see if I get any error or not. Okay, some error in the key error is key error count. Where is the error actually? Line number 28, I got some error. Let's check. Okay, sort values count. Okay, so I have to use C in capital, right? Okay, I believe, hopefully, okay, no more error is there, so everything is done. So what I'll do, I'll just create if underscore name equals to underscore 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 main app.run server, then maybe you can write host equals to 0.0.0.0 port 8066. Okay, let's run this thing now. Let's see. Okay, so if you see here, the application is running. So maybe so the link is being opened now. So see, I got something football dashboard, and the dashboard is here actually, but the thing is that I'm not getting any data. The color is here, but if you see here, it is here actually, but the color is not coming properly, right? Because the bar widths are not properly visible. Okay, so what we'll do, because there are multiple data sets are available, so what I'll do, you can write head of 20, first 20. Okay, let's see how it reacts. Okay, okay, let me refresh this link. So if you see, now I got the color, but the color width is very small. Color width is very small, not that is what we are not looking for. We need something, the width should be a bit thicker. So let's try to change those things now. Okay, so how to change that? So that is a trick. Okay, so we'll use that trick now for changing the for changing the width. Okay, so for that, maybe I can write something here for data in fig1 dot data. Okay, so maybe you can write data width, and maybe I can write 0.5. that is fine. So now I will get a bit thicker bar width. Okay, let's see. Okay, so application is being executed, so let me refresh the link. Okay, now that's it. So here, this is fully operational dashboard from your Neo4j data. So this is the first part, guys. Try to understand. So in the next part, like what I just say here, actually I'll be going to use Q2 query to create one more graph, and that graph is actually going to hold some more data, and that graph will be some sort of, like, what do you say, like some sort of interactive graph. Okay, so that will be done, I don't know, in the next video, because if I do it now, that will not be a good idea. So maybe in the next tutorial I'll try to do that, or else the video length will be a bit bigger. Okay, so just stay tuned for the complete tutorial, and hopefully you guys understand or like this tutorial. Let me share some feedback. Okay, and if you guys have any more use cases, something related to this, or if you guys have some the second part actually going to be the more interesting one, because we'll be going to use some sort of interactive feature, like user can select the data and based on that this should change. So our first query part is done, so now I'll be going to use the second query. Okay, so for that let me create a variable. So df total, and this is going to be the name, like all the countries name. As I told you, you are going to give the user some sort of option to select the values from the drop down. So this is going to hold all country names. Okay, so let's create a blank list. Okay, and we're going to create a dictionary for xx in x. Okay, so label dot append is going to be a dictionary. Okay, so this is going to be label xx, and value is also going to be xx. Okay, so this is required to set up the value for our drop down. Okay, so now what we'll do, we'll just let's copy paste the whole thing now. Okay, from here, because ultimately we'll be going to use the same thing now, right? Now change everything. So this is result tournament, this is Q2, right? So li total is going to be changed as li tournament. Oof, I did a mistake. Li underscore tournament. So name is let me check what I have selected here. So m.name is name, so name and count, this is also going to be the same, name count, and this is going to be result tournament. Okay, paste. So our list is ready. Now let me tournament is going to be li tournament, right? I don't think we would require sorting. Yeah, definitely we need sorting. Okay, so tournament is df tournament, sorting is done. Then this is, but here I don't need head actually. Tournament axis name, color name, bar mode. So this is done. So this is going to be fig2, this is going to be fig2, this is going to be fig2. Okay, so here also I would change this to this one. Okay, fig2, right? All done. Something missing, the bracket is missing, so that is why the error. So our plotting part is done. So our fig2 is created. So we use the same thing. First we first to assign, create a variable. I assign the result set here, then I've converted this into a list, then I converted this list into a data frame. From there I'm sorting this thing, then I'm creating the thing. Now I'll be going to do the thing here actually. Okay, so just thinking how to do that. Maybe I can I can use the same approach. I'm just thinking I can use the same approach, but that approach should work actually. We just need a drop down, right? I believe this approach should work, right? Fig2 football dashboard for maybe tournaments. These things can be also parameterized. We can change this thing. So here also it needs something. So what I'll do, we can write dcc dot drop down like this. So drop down should have multiple things, id, option. So let's say id is equal to select country, then options, is going to be label actually. Okay, the complete list will be shown here. Then value means the default value will be, some value will be there. Okay, then you cannot select multi, and then you cannot delete. What is that? Clear. Okay, all done, I believe. So let's run this thing. So right now if I run this thing, I will get one more graph and we can select the drop down, but the drop down will not work because I haven't initiated any function on drop down. Okay, so let me close this thing and run this thing. So what is this? Create dashboard. What is this? Line number 106. I got some error. Not sure what is that error. What is the error? Invalid syntax. Not sure. Think I did some mistake or what? Not sure if I correctly put everything. This is here, this is here, this is here, this is here. Same I used to do here. This is a graphic too. Actually I did a mistake, maybe that is why the problem occurred. So this is here actually, app.layout. I don't know whether I did some mistake while doing the copy paste. Okay, I think this is what we have. So let me run this thing once. While doing the copy paste I did some mistake, so that is why I was getting error. Okay, so hopefully if I refresh this thing, see I got this thing. Okay, so fine. So what I'll do, I will just copy paste this thing and we'll try to okay. This is closed here and here, and this is closed here and here. Then why this is throwing error? I don't know. HTML div. Okay, so there should be a comma, I believe. Yes, now this works. Okay, now let me put fig2 and let me put fig2. First we'll check whether our second graph is there or not. Okay, then we'll put the additional thing. Okay, okay, so our application is ready. If I refresh these things in at the bottom of this graph, we'll see another dashboard. Server encounters unable to request, either the server overloaded or something, I don't know, some error. Okay, duplicate component ID found. Okay, so this app and this app is same, so maybe I can write app1 app2. so this is always same for me. Football tournament dashboard. Okay, so let me re-execute this thing. Okay, so this is running. So see, this is one dashboard and this is football tournament dashboard for Germany. Now I want to include one drop down here, and if I select that country, for that country the graph should change. So that is my objective now. Okay, so let's try to achieve this thing now. Okay, so that is very simple. So if I go here, so tcc dot drop down, okay, id equals to country, options equals to label. Label means the list which you already got it from here, the list, like which is going to hold all the country names. Okay, then by default the value is Germany, because we are going to actually are showing the value for Germany, so that is why it is always Germany, and user will change this value. Okay, what else we can choose? we can select multi. No, this is not a multi. And we can select clear able equals to false. Okay, that's it, all done. Fine, so let's execute this thing. So now we'll see one drop down. Okay, so guys, my design is not up to the mark, but you guys can use any design, any layout. My fundamental objective is to show you how to create the dashboard. So see, I got this thing and all the countries name are here populated. If I select anything, it should do something, but here now nothing will change because I haven't write any function for this option selection. Okay, so now that thing is going to happen. Okay, so for that we have to write a callback. So in Plotly we have a very interesting thing called callback, so that will help to achieve this thing. Okay, so we'll see that how to achieve that. Okay, so we'll be going to write a function, decorated function app.callback, like this. And inside that we'll be going to use our input and output things, like what is going to be the input and what is going to be the output. Okay, means by selecting what we are going to get the value. Okay, so in our case the output will be the figure. Okay, and that is fig2, the IT, right? This two should change. And what is the type of our figure? That is a figure, right? Okay, and what is going to be our input? Our input is going to be a drop down, right? So what is the ID of our drop down? Country. And what is the type? That is option, means the value. Okay, so our app callback things are ready. Okay, now we'll write a decorated function here. Okay, so maybe def render. So this is going to use I'm just thinking, going to use a value, actually this value. Okay, and then we will create a parameter x equals to param, param equals to like value, means let me tell you, if user is going to select Austria, that will come inside this variable value, and I am using parameterized query, so that is why I have write this thing in this way. So the new Q2 will be using the parameterized query. Okay, so I will only copy this part and here it will be param, right? This is going to be the parameterized query, right? The same thing, whatever we did here, we are going to do the same thing. here as well. Just copy. But here something I need to use a tab. Okay, but here something needs to be changed. I'll be going to use this X because this is a parameterized query. So all done. So now what you have to do, you have to just return the fig2, right? So from here I have to use return fig2. Why I'm returning fig2? Because in our output I am going to return the figure, and what is the figure? Figure is the fig2 ID. So this figure is going to change. Whatever you are planning to change using your callback function, you have to enable this thing inside your output, and you have to return this thing from your function. If you have multiple output, you can use comma. Okay, so I believe all done. So let's see. I believe I haven't done any mistake. So it is running. So let me refresh this thing. Okay, now it is showing for Germany. Let's select some other country, Soviet Union. See, the data got changed. See, change for France. See, data got changed. See, it is got Malaysia. See, it got changed. So let me do it for United States. There will be many matches. See, let's do it for some small country, maybe Thailand. See, let's do it for some other country, maybe Morocco. Okay, maybe. Okay, so you see the callback is working fine. So I hope you guys understand the concept. So this is how you can create a dashboard from your Neo4j data. So we have 3 sections in this tutorial. First section is loading the data, second section is how to create the dashboard, and third section is how to give some sort of interactive feature to your dashboard. So I'll be going to upload this repository to my GitHub profile. So let me do it now, or else I will definitely forgot. So maybe it is tutorial, I believe 104. Yes, this is tutorial 104. So save this thing, close this thing. Okay, push. So everything is done and set. So guys, please share some feedback with me. Let me know how you guys are enjoying this tutorial, and if you guys are having some other use cases, something complex or something where actually you guys need some assistance or something interesting you find while doing your day-to-day activity or working for client, please let me know. We can create some tutorial on those topics as well, because I believe I completed the Neo4j basic part already. So now this is the right time to do some sort of use cases, so that will actually give you guys enough confidence to work with the data. Okay, so that's it guys, we'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care, goodbye, and have a nice day.